Cross your fingers this game is going to cooperate today with the rain and everything that's going on. I don't know if the internet's going to hold up, but hopefully we can actually get some missions done. I've been looking forward to doing this as per usual with Call of the Wild. When a new map comes out with new missions and stuff like that, I delay doing them to avoid any spoilers, but we're going to dive right in here and accept this first mission so that we can get going, because I don't know how long these are going to take. Now, the objective, I guess, will read to us. I've done that. Okay, so harvest 3 pheasants, roughly. I guess a shotgun is going to be the way to go then, and we'll bring the fancy one. What's up, Silver Moon? 22 helps with a pheasant? It probably would. I mean, I can shoot him. No, I can't shoot him with the 300. That'd be a bad idea. I'll just go shotgun, though. What's up, that fishing dude? Xavier's in here as well. I hear you, Shadow. I know.
What's up? Why are you whining?
I don't know where Kyla's at. She was downstairs. What's up, Simon? Hatch is in here. What's going on? Serious question. How do you change controls? I can't find it. So for whatever reason, there is no option to change the key bindings. I do not know why that would be. I assume sometime fairly soon that'll be changed. According to their priority list thing, it will be, I think it was the second tier of priorities. I'm doing good, Megan. I've been doing the red deer grind for months, only shooting 5s and up. I have 8k kills, no great one, and 29 diamonds. For 8k kills, 29 diamonds is relatively low. So you might just not have the best red deer luck. That would be my guess. I've always, and you guys have probably heard me say this, I've always had a theory that some people have better luck with certain species than others, and my guess is maybe your red deer luck is not all that good. Hopefully you can get it. I don't know that there's anything to do but just keep on shooting stags and hoping for the best. But I feel you, dude. My great one grind wasn't particularly great either. Speaking of mule deer, that's all good. These are kind of decent ones that I'm waiting on to see what they become, so we'll let them go. 330 versus lesser. How do you say that? Is it scalp? I looked it up and I forget. What's up, bottom boy? Pick off pheasant from 300 to 400 with the 300 and just walk up to a pile of feathers and no blood, and blood. No meat, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking that would be allowed. You have to actually sell the amount of meat. I like a slow-phased game. It is really relaxing, and I'm so glad they have auto walk. I played the first I don't know, 3 or 4 days without understanding there was auto walk, because you can't view the controls on PC either, which is just an odd thing. I don't know if that was an oversight or what, but yeah, relaxing games such as this, auto walk really helps. Dude, I'm excited as well, bottom boy. Oh, hello. Okay, so I'll probably miss all these shots. There's a 4-star. In theory, I should leave that go, but I probably won't. Let's see what we can do. Go. Where are you going? I don't like that angle. Alright. I'm going to say that's going to be 4.5 pounds of the 6 something that we need. See if we're close. Yeah, that guy would have been 5 stars, but that's alright. Not too worried about them. 5 pounds. Actually, so one more pheasant will get it done. Is it hard to find animals in Way the Hunter? It's hard to find animals if you're not patient. I had that problem fairly, major at the beginning. I was just too impatient. I was running around. The issue I was having was I'm recording a video and I want to make sure I get animals, and I've got 3 hours to play or whatever, and I get 1 hour in, an hour and a half in, and I've got 4 kills. Then I start running and everything is just spooking, and it's just not the way to go. Every time I hear 4-star, 3-star, I think we're talking about college recruits. I mean, we could be. I don't like this angle either. Well, that should get it done. Do you think it's harder to find diamonds or easier? Okay, so you're equating diamonds and 5 stars? I don't know. I was under the impression originally that likely finding a 5-star would be more difficult, but the more that I've played, I don't think it's a major difference. It seems to be fairly similar, rarity of diamonds in Call of the Wild to rarity of 5 stars in Way the Hunter. So we don't have to do anything. We don't have to go back to the the computer for that. Bryce, thank you for the super chat, by the way. I certainly appreciate that. Let's see if we're going to get a dialogue here before I go off reading things. Nice mailbox model, by the way.
Dear River, I've already told you a million times.
Is this loud enough?
I'll say it a trillion. Thank you so much for helping me with Bear Den Ranch. Restaurants always place their orders with me by email. I think you wrote down my email password when you visited me in hospital. I don't trust the postal service enough to write it down here. I couldn't be happier to hear that you started hunting again, despite your father's disapproval. You're an adult now. You can make your own decisions. When he found out you were hunting with me as a kid without permission and forbade you to ever visit me again, it broke my heart forever. So in a medical sense, this will help to heal the physical scars that share my heart tissue with the metaphorical ones. Do you remember Hollywood, the little fawn you named when we saw him no older than a few weeks?
Is that the end of that? Oh no, there's more pages I see. I saw that little quiet, but you can hear it. Let me, for a moment, I'm going to turn down the music just slightly, and we'll go through the rest of these pages real quick.
Well, that muley is an old gentleman now, and unfortunately, he has abnormal antlers just like his father. It's a genetic trait that would spread further. I have one request. Taxidermy him for this nostalgic old man and put him right next to his father in the lodge. He is the only trophy I left there. The rest, I had my friend Bustin' Dustin move to a bigger...
Bustin' Dustin.
Do you believe there's such a thing as too many trophies?
Absolutely not.
I'll pay for this taxidermy, but for any others, you will have to save your own money. P.S. I wanted to shoot him many times, but every time my finger froze on the trigger because I think of him as yours. P.S. 2. I have so little to do at the hospital, I decided to draw a little present for you. It's a comic story about the summers you spent in Nez Perce Valley as a kid.
Before we move on, Bryce Jack, thank you for becoming a channel member. I certainly appreciate that. If you're not in the Discord already, be sure to join that. Link up your YouTube, get the member roll, get all that good stuff comes along with that, and enjoy the green name and emojis in chat. Dustin never shot an animal, just chicks out here.
I decided to draw some situations we never talked about, and perhaps it'll be easier this way. Maybe you completely forgot about some. Maybe some still linger in you the same way they do in me. Expect more. Your loving Grandpa.
So there's little, like, comic things we can play through this?
It was summer 2002, and 10-year-old River was about to spend his first holiday with his grandparents. River could feel the adventure and mischief in his young bones. Why has River never visited his grandparents before?
Wow! Dad! Dad!
What? Asked his father.
There was a deer! Which one is a white butt? Mule deer or white-tailed deer? It has to be white-tailed, right?
I don't know.
Grandpa will know.
Because my father-in-law knows everything.
A few hours later, River was finally in Nez Perce Valley, and his joy was matched only by that of his grandparents. But not everyone shared their elation.
Grandpa! I saw a deer! It was probably a white-tailed because he had a white butt.
Mule deer also have white butts.
How can you tell the difference?
Wallace,
Richard,
I want to speak to you in private.
I think you can kind of see what direction this is
River
going.
was amazed when he entered the lodge.
Oof.
The walls seemed bigger somehow, and the animals looked alive.
Wait here. I've got something for you.
But that summer, there was one thing River was forbidden to even think about.
To be crystal clear, you were absolutely not allowed to let him anywhere near a gun or anything to do with hunting.
Richard, that's impossible. This is a hunting lodge after all.
You know what I mean.
Will you help me finish it?
Days went by, and River couldn't get enough of nature.
What's up, Scarecrow?
He already felt
Oh,
it was
Will.
his best summer yet, but it was about to get even better. That's how he met April and Noah.
Hi, I'm River.
Oh my.
Ah! Why do I always have to be the animal? Because you're the youngest.
Did you guys do that when you were kids? Put sticks on your head, pretend to be deer? We did that.
Girl.
Why? This is what hunters do, isn't it?
No, real hunters are ethical. They wouldn't make an animal suffer like this and not even retrieve it afterwards.
River kept making the best memories he could that summer. He was also determined to find out more about his mother, as his father and grandfather never spoke of her.
I didn't know my mother hunted too.
Oh, you found the album.
Why do we never talk about her?
You'll have to ask your grandfather about that. But you can ask me anything else, sweetheart.
But this secret had to wait for another day. Time flew by, and soon the summer was at an end.
Oh, Danny, that's not what I meant.
Try yelling something.
On the last day, they made a new friend and named her Echo.
That explains the tutorial. That was pretty cool. You guys reach the meadows where Hollywood can often be found. Where, I guess that's going to be over here. You guys have heard, particularly on Twitch, where I've talked about at length hunting ethics and all that kind of stuff, so I like the direction they're going with that story. We'll see what that goes in, hopefully the rest of the stream and beyond, but I like it. Little long-winded? Yeah, probably a bit. That's, and honestly, I didn't know it was that long. I know Kyla did some of the missions, and I was watching just sort of on the side. I knew that they were, you know, a little bit long-winded, so I wanted to save them for a stream, but I'm glad that I didn't try to do that in a video. I'm waiting for that alert to go off. There it is. Goodness gracious, Simon. You are a mad lad. Thank you so much. You are far too generous. Still enjoying your content. As always, keep it up. Shoost, big male. Dude, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you sticking around. What is your, I can't see the membership badge linked anymore. Like, it logs me out, so I can't mouse over it and see. But I know you've been around for quite a few years, and I appreciate you sticking around for that long, dude. Thank you once again. Far too generous. How many maps in Way the Hunter? At the moment, just the 2. I assume... Actually, in their roadmap, I think they said there were 2 DLC maps planned, so eventually that should happen. A legendary albino super rare? Doesn't Simon himself have a albino super rare? I think it was a kudu. Been here for how many years now? You have to be 3 or 4 years as well, Silver? Anyone know if there are missions on Transylvania? I think so. I haven't messed with them. What's up, Kyla? Been a member for 2 years? I feel like it's even longer than that, to be honest. It's the 2-year badge, but I think he's in maybe past 3 years. You've got more 5 stars than I've got on my account. I've been playing for 4 years. Wait, then you've got maybe diamonds on your account? Is that what you're going for? I think so. Been loving the story missions. I think it's a pretty cool, like a good way to probably introduce you to the game. Obviously, I've been playing quite a bit without doing those, but they seem like they're going to do a good job of that. And I like the message they're going for. It's not just a, here's the way to lead you around the map. There's a little bit of, and I think this is good, there's a little bit of, like, you know, education about actual hunting, which I don't know what, I'm sure some of you guys in the chat don't actually hunt in real life. And that was an eye-opener for me originally when coming into this community, that a lot of people that play, you know, hunting simulation games don't actually hunt. So I do think having a, you know, educational side can be good for that as well. Bows in the game, not right now, but they do intend to add them later on, I believe they said. Danny, thank you for the super chat. I need Africa for Way the Hunter. What would you want? Alaska could be really good based on the, like, the mountains and stuff that they're obviously capable of. I think that would be a pretty neat addition. Africa would probably be on my list as well. If they could add, honestly, those 2 maps as their 2 map DLCs, they would be in a really, really good spot. I haven't Phantom Gamer, and that's the area I want to check. I have, if we look at the map here, I've intentionally not bought that area yet. Obviously, I've been up there. The border is right by the outpost, luckily, so I just go this way. But I'm saving that for video missions, hopefully. Do those have, like, the little comics as well? Or is it just the story? Can you switch between Imperial or metric in the game? You certainly can. By the way, before I forget, we're gonna go like 15% higher on that. In Hunter Call of the Wild, if you lay down, do you get more stable? Yes, that happens in Way the Hunter as well. I was just watching Shotguns only featuring Monas at Gold Plains Bison. That was one of my favorite videos. Just by pure dumb luck, we run into that, and the fact that we were able to drop it with the 10 gauge was really, really neat. What's the best spot for bears on Nez Perce? I'll tell you what. What the heck was that? Oh, we're officially in the meadows. Find an animal path. Oh, then I could have been running this entire time, but we'll still walk it out. So where was I at last night? Whoop, too far. There should be... I never got a zone for him, did I? Well, anyway, in the southwest here, I've had a lot of bears around the lakes. I've got a couple of 3-star matures that I'm curious to see what they turn out as. What's so interesting with the bears, their maturity age, like their maximum age basically is like 39 years. So that could take forever for them to get there. Texas Game Ranch? I think that might go against what they're sort of going for here. I love watching your old videos. Well, I appreciate it, man. Don't you have to purchase all the different regions with the in-game monies? You can, or you can actually do missions for those people and you don't have to spend the money. By the way, I am aware of that. I've had quite a few comments saying like, hey, stop wasting your money. I'm intentionally like earning the money to do it because I find that to be more enjoyable. Derby Boy, thank you for the super chat as well. Top right on the map to get the land free. Stuck on the missions. What mission you on? I haven't done them, but I'll try my best to help you. You may have answered this, but how do you feel about this versus Call of the Wild? Do you think Way the Hunter will make Call of the Wild irrelevant? No, because in my mind, they're not really after the same kind of player base. Way the Hunter's a lot closer to like real life simulation. It requires a lot more patience, it's a lot slower paced. You're not going to find animals nearly as frequently. And I think probably that requirement of patience is going to kind of, maybe cut off the amount of total players that could come to Way the Hunter that I think are going to stick to Call of the Wild. And Call of the Wild is that more kind of fast-paced, looking for a quick, good, hour or something of playing a hunting game. They're two different things to me. There's a mission to harvest 2 black bears over 50% fitness, and I can't find any male ones. Yeah, the Southwest again might be a good spot to check for that. An encyclopedia for animals, it shows the age, for example, deer's like 13 and bears in the 30s. Does that mean bears at mature last a lot longer than deer? As I understand it, yes. I don't want to say that, unequivocally. I want to make sure that I am making it clear I could be wrong, but my understanding is, yes, when a bear hits mature, they've got a long time until they die. Now, I don't believe all animals die at the absolute max age, but, on average or whatever, they should. Where did that go? I saw a Graham message. Come back. No, I can't find it. Absolutely in love with this game and having so much fun. That's good to hear, dude. I was curious where you'd be because of the waterfowl. They're obviously not ideal, but that's cool. Derby, thank you again. I'm on first. It wants 4 static tracks. That should just be footprints and stuff. Way the Hunter had one of the worst console releases in recent history, did it? I really didn't hear of too many awful issues. A couple of things that seem smaller. Yeah, Ty, that I don't understand why the age isn't included. It really could make a big difference. Stuck on the mission of shooting 3 ducks that weigh over 0.8 kg. I'm at 1 of 3. I'm assuming you're looking for matures there?
If I follow it, we'll always find signs of animals.
Yeah, the paths are an interesting thing. It makes me wonder, will tree stand hunting be really, really viable? They do seem to generally kind of stick to their paths, but, how often do they walk down those paths? Is it better to just spot and stalk along? Remains to be seen. Waterfowl's trash, but deer animations and behaviors unmatched. That's more or less where I'm at. I was thinking of making a video kind of like the, you know, potentially underappreciated details the way the hunter presents. I haven't really gotten time to write all that stuff down yet. Unrelated to Way the Hunter, but my bug mission on Reventuli got fixed sometime recently. Oh. Did they even do an update? That's good news. What are we looking at?
Now I know they drink here. I can return another time.
Return to the lodge. Can I fast travel? Got a lot of missions to do, potentially. Such a difference with the graphics on PS5? Are the graphics not good? Sleep. Go to bed, sleep until sunrise, or wake up between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. Well, I tend to prefer to start at about 7, so 6:53 will work. They did an update yesterday. Okay. Must have just been a console one. I don't think PC had one. New mission added. Reach Hollywood's territory. Alright, so we're probably going to run this out this time. Yeah, okay. In my opinion, it's a good mix of classic and Call of the Wild. I have no issues finding deer, and it's realistic. Yeah, I would probably say that's about right. I would honestly say it's... The Call of the Wild aspect is mostly graphical. It's pretty similar to classic in terms of real simulation type stuff. Probably even, at least in some aspects, more realistic than classic. Hollywood's a great name. That's a good deer name. I like it. That's what I should name my bug. Gotta go. Have a good one, you too, dude. Thank you again for the support. We'll hopefully catch you in a future stream. Hope you have a good day. Hunting while watching hunting. Living the dream. What are you after? We just checked trail cameras and stuff. We had like quite the flood come through down the creek yesterday. Had actually multiple huge logs go down the creek, so I was checking to make sure everything was alright, checking cameras, and then one of our cameras over a mock scrape has like 75 videos for some reason, so I don't know if it got hit real hard last night or if the wind did it, but none of the other cameras have a bunch of videos, so that's got me hyped to see what's going on. Which game do you like more, Call of the Wild or Way the Hunter? I know this sounds like I'm kind of like taking the easy way out answering this, but it really depends on the day you ask me. Like there's some days where I am all in, like all I want to do is jump in Way the Hunter and, you know, grind it out dawn to dusk. And by the way, I do hunt dawn to dusk basically every day other than the mission requiring me to change the time. I don't like to, you know, fast forward through time in this game. Where's I going with that? Oh, yeah. Other days I'm just like, no, I have 2 hours, I want to find good stuff, I want to play Call of the Wild. It's a good, in my opinion, it's a good thing that we have the ability to play either one. Do you think Way the Hunter will release on current gen within the next year? Is that a thing that games do? Do they ever come out on like the newest gen of console and then go backwards? Who is that a question about me being sponsored by NRG? Because I definitely am not. How fast did you get levels in Call of the Wild? Honestly, I was not a fast leveler. When I got into Call of the Wild, there was so much I didn't understand that it took me 7-8 months to hit level 60. I've got 116 deer hanging out in my clover pod every night. Right now, I'm getting giddy for the season. Hopefully he decides to come out during the day. Hopefully so. Hey, I wonder, like, if maybe you'll have an idea. Do you have an idea of the age? One thing that has been really interesting to me is seeing, like, how really old bucks become more daylight active.
This is easy. Be quiet, move slowly, glass for Hollywood from the vantage point, and hit the vitals from 120 yards. Exactly as Grandpa taught.
Okay. One abnormal antler, you say? Well, I'm gonna assume he's probably down by the water. Anyway, we've got a 7.5-year-old. He's probably only like a 120 9 point, the bladed 9, if you remember me hunting that in the past. And he's all of a sudden been way more daylight active. Have you seen the Techno Hunt bow hunting game where you can use real compound bow on a big screen? I have. It's our local archery shop thing has it. It's really fun. If I was chasing a monster buck with a deformed horn on one side, I'd call him Nemo. So we've had a couple with deformed horns or antlers that were not monsters, but I always named them Herbie from the old Rudolph movie, Misfit kind of vibe. I liked it. You don't want Isaac to get it? He's been in around both stands, so we'll see. 5 or 6, we've passed on him in the last few years, but I've only had access to the land for the last 3 years, so I don't truly know. That's fair enough. He is probably at the age where you might catch him starting to be super daylight active, but he's still in that kind of very cautious time frame, I should say. How are you? I'm doing good. How about you? Watching you play this game has me pumped for bow season. Every day that passes, especially, you know, we've had some nights where the lows get into like the 40s. I cannot wait.
That's Hollywood.
What is? Out there? I guess. Why'd you tell me that before I knew? I don't know. I don't see him yet. Isn't Hollywood in different places in each person's game, or is he stationary to the same small area? I think he's going to be stationary to the same small area, but, you know, maybe still different within that small area? I don't want to go zipping over there, because if he's actually down here by the water or something, that would be quite unfortunate. The other interesting thing is, and maybe it's because of the story mission, the herd that has all those zones that we saw on the map was only does. May try bow hunting. Like Bottom Boy said, it is quite addicting, and it will get expensive, but that's a good thing. What you're saying is the old bucks get cocky? I don't know if it's like senile or cocky or just don't care anymore, or their teeth are so ground down that they can't ever get enough food. I don't know what it is, but you get to about 6, 7 years old, they're just like, yeah, I'm going out at 2 p.m. What of it? I'm going out to get something to eat. Stay in bed, losers. Hollywood's with the herd. He isn't near the water. Okay. YouTube stream. Gross. What are you doing here? What's going on, man? Hollywood's the one who's... Oh, no. Wait. Late to the zone, running 100... I thought that was a... What's that Raiders guy's name? That wasn't what you meant. You have any tips for Rahunga Savannah on Call of the Wild? I mean, like any other map, hunt near the water, shoot all the males. It tends to be a good map. Is this from the same creators who made the Hunter Call of the Wild? It is not. This is a separate game. I believe some of the developers worked on Cabela's games though, which is pretty cool. You can see some of that influence, but they've obviously taken a lot of... I don't want to say, yeah, maybe I will. A lot of inspiration from the EW games. You can just see some of that stuff that is worked in. You'll hear River say that's Hollywood. He did, but I accidentally glassed over something that was like 400 yards away, and it barely, like, I couldn't see anything, so I wasn't sure if that was them or not. Cabela's and Daisy, okay. What's up, Bob? First time seeing your stream? Well, welcome on in, man. Hope you enjoy it. I love this game because I got so tired of hunting near water to find animals. I love that I can find them anywhere. Oh, absolutely. I wish actually some of the drink zones are too consistent for my liking in this game. I'll have a video coming out probably Thursday showing a little bit of that. But still, even if those drink zones are consistent, you still find animals elsewhere, and that's been really cool. Have you ever played Deer Hunter 4? Yes, one of my favorite games. Which weapons do you have right now? Oh, that was a mistake. I have the 300, so that could be a problem. Should I go back? Does it matter? I could just blast him with that, really, but I would have liked to have grabbed the right gun. What do you guys think? Do we gotta go back? It matters? Try sitting in the stand on the road and glassing for him? I'm curious if he's up here. Is that him? Get the proper gun? Alright, we will. What a silly mistake that was. I blame the pheasants. Not him. Not him. Not him. Get the 308. Can you do? Whoops. You don't need the proper gun? I'd like to have the proper gun, though. put a hole in him. I honestly don't even know where he was. Alright, we'll make it quick. We'll get the 308. Now we should be good. Nope. I wish it would give you about 2 more seconds to get through that door. Run him over with the Jeep. You can't tax animals you run over with the Jeep, unfortunately. His name will display as Hollywood. I figured it probably would, but I wasn't sure. You don't harvest him, you just tax him and put him next to his father. I did know that the meat part didn't matter, but the hunt rating may be relevant. You should do pheasant hunting in a way in the hunter. I don't love the way the pheasants work. The flushing and stuff is good. There's just something disjointed to me about, I don't know, you can just kind of walk right up to them. 500-yard shots on muley with a 300 is acceptable-ish. We'll still get close. It'll be alright. What is higher, adult or mature? Mature is higher. So it goes young, adult, and then mature. And for different species, you'll get a different range. So real quick, because I know we're running behind here. So a bighorn, for instance, will be young from ages 1 to 4, adult from 5 to 8, and mature from 9 to 12. Whereas a black bear is young, if I go to the right place, from ages 2 to 7, adult from 7 to 15, and then mature from 16 to 39. I don't know if black bears actually live that long, but I like what they're going for there. Cody Perry, thank you for the super chat. Did I miss a great one getting whacked? You went back to Layton. You did not. I just wanted to switch it up. I wanted to get back to Call of the Wild, and yeah, I wanted to do something a little bit different. We do got to get back on that black bear grind, though. Go to the gun safe, it will reload. Yes, that's one of the cooler features. All you got to do is open the safe and then go back. What gun do you hunt with in real life? Funny enough, I hunt with a 7mm Mod 8. It's a Weatherby Vanguard, so relatively similar to the one that's in Way the Hunter. Get him with the 300 and call it a day. I would if it wasn't like a special mission animal. Nothing like a Flinter stream to make my evening better. Hopefully it'll be a good one. Hopefully I don't forget my weapons anymore. You need to sleep after finding Hollywood zones? We did. Did you do a Revan Julie Coast super guide? I think. I'm pretty sure I did. Hit him with a car and call it a day. You know, if this were a video or something, I may. Did someone actually donate 1,000? It's a different currency. I think that's Danish crowns. It's called. That might be correct. It's still a huge donation. It was 100 something US, but still, Simon is an absolute mad lad. For some reason, the game warden was mad I shot a mallard with the 338. He's just jealous I got one. Really? I shot a duck with the 300, I think. The warden didn't seem to care. If you leave a mature animal for long enough, will it die from old age? Yes, and that is where things get really interesting in this game, because you can't just, you know, spot a buck that looks like it's got decent potential and just wait forever. You gotta make a decision. You know, you get to 4 stars. I had a whitetail buck recently. I spotted him as a 3-star, waited a couple days, ended up being a 4-star. He was looking pretty gray, but I tried to wait it out and he died. So, bit of a bummer. A good loadout for Call of the Wild? A pretty universal one is 300, 308, or M1, whatever you want to go there, 243, and 22. Are Canada geese still good money making in Call of the Wild, or is there a better method? They're still fairly good, but they fly so much faster and stuff now, they're a lot tougher to get than they used to be. I'd probably say like red deer on Te Awaroa, fallow deer on Te Awaroa, stuff like that is better. Now this gets real interesting. Now I don't see the deer that were over there. It is 7:56 a.m. They shouldn't be drinking yet. How do you know it's the same deer grown? It's hard for me to recognize them. Honestly, you just have to know like the location of the herd and like if they have a zone in a certain area. Just comes down to that. I still don't see a buck up there. Oh, wait. Maybe he's one of those 2 or 3. However many just came down. What happens when they die? They just disappear? Yeah, it looks like you get respawns, like Kyla said, maybe young ones. I'm not 100% sure if all respawns are young or not. I have seen a lot of young deer appear, though, in areas where I've shot deer or where I think areas that have had animals die. Non-hunter in real life, but really enjoy this hunting game. Is it okay to hunt the ducks and other birds on the ground? Yes, there's no penalty for that as far as I'm aware. Use the hunter sense and the binoculars. Once we're within 300 yards, we can actually spot stuff. At that range, at least unless it's different for the mission, we can't actually get it to work. When your character sees him, he'll yell, "That's Hollywood," so you know if it's him. That happened already. I still never saw the deer, though. Whack the derpy buck with the 338. At this rate, the way he's giving us the runaround. What's up, Joe? Going good, man. How about you? How was your weekend? Almost ran over a 5-star buck yesterday. I so wish I would have recorded this. So, I think I told the story on Friday anyway. But I was driving up through a new area with my Jeep. Saw some mountain goats cross the road, jumped out, tried to, glass and spot them with the binoculars. And I come back to the Jeep and there's 2 mountain goats laying at the back of the Jeep. They just ran into my parked Jeep and died. One of them was a 3-star as well. It was kind of decent. That's Hollywood. Way over yonder, like half a mile away behind the hill. I know it's him. My eyesight is top tier. Weekend was too short as usual. I feel that. Kyla's getting right to the point. Got my hunting license recently, already shot 2 red fox. Good deal. When you spot Hollywood in the binoculars, he'll actually be named Hollywood. We should find out here pretty soon. I don't want to spook the deer. And of course, naturally, this happens all the time. I think that I'm going to be able to sneak in, no big deal. And then the hills and stuff are a little steeper than I think, and they end up blocking my line of sight. They were further up to the left, I thought, than where the marker was. There they are. Is that him? It's a nice buck if it's not him. Let's see. I think it's him. How can I start over? Is there a new game button? I'm actually not aware. Are you Hollywood? Yes. 2-star mature. I kind of wish they made him a 5-star, but, nitpicking at this point. Am I required to shoot him at 120 yards like he says? Really love your vids. So underrated. Well, I appreciate you, man. How's hunting been in real life? Well, we haven't done much of anything since turkey hunting in the spring. Don't need to shoot him that far? Okay. Or that close. What are you bedding down for? Well, I guess that gives me a reason to scoot closer. We're actually about 150 out. Distance does not matter, just shoots and it makes sense. I kind of want to go for a neck shot here. He's going to stand up though. Okay. A little more broadside would be nice, but with the 308 we can make that work. See if he'll take that right leg and take a step forward. He's pretty determined to stand in one place. I guess if we gotta go for it, we gotta go for it. Crazy busy with work? I understand that, man. Alright. Let's just see if we can wedge that up in there. He's going the other way, but he's definitely smoked. That's pretty cool to see, honestly. As far as I'm aware, this is the only kind of rack like this, but I'd love if there were other ones that would do that. Starting to stumble. Starting to get behind a hill. I don't think we're going to have to track this guy. Cool. Smoked. I want to see if I was able to shoot under the shoulder like I tried. I'm really interested to see, and I don't think I'm going to be attempting anything crazy in real life, but I wonder how accurate the anatomy is to real life. I've never paid real close attention, because when you go to skin a deer or whatever, you're just taking the hide off and all that. I never paid attention to just how low the shoulder drops. I don't take quartering 2 shots very often anyway, and if I do, I kind of shoot through the shoulder. But I wonder, is there a sweet spot to get under the shoulder at those quartering shots? These animations are very impressive. The only thing I'd say is they're a little bit slowed down from real life, but it kind of has to be that way in the game. Make sure he's dead. Yeah, I know they'll jump back up. He's dead, though. Is that 1,000 USD? Danish crowns, actually. Oh, he's not dead. I have my 100 cents up. They usually, yeah, don't make it very far when they do that. Love your videos. I set a few animals. I set a few animals in real life this month. Shot a few animals, probably, huh? I wish he would have died laying the other way. Would have been cool for a photo, but we'll make it work. I did see they're exactly the same. I really wish that they had done like a slight difference at least, but yeah, you know, not a big deal. It scared me when he got up. I was pretty convinced he was dead. Like I hit the 100 cents button and it didn't do nothing. You know what sucks? Oh, you know, we can fix that though. I was gonna say the sun is not in our favor, but if we just simply... This angle's gonna work better. Stand like that. As you can see, much like in Classic, I am way too worried about how my trophy shots look in this game. And then we're gonna change the time until we get the sun kind of coming back around. Yeah, about like that should work. Cool. And claim that. We are, of course, I can hit play. Is this a story mission thing? I think it is. So how'd that... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, we're further back than I thought. So I wanted to shoot kind of here. Ended up being a little further left, but still avoided the shoulder, which works for me. So what happens if I hit play? Nothing. Okay, so we'll taxidermy him. Wonder what the play thing was. Return to lodge, can't do. So trophy shot tutorial vid coming out soon. I might do one. Oh, God. Okay. That's fine. Play as the bullet? Oh, how have I never seen that before? Huh. Never came in here before. My family is archery. I'm gonna kill my first deer this year with a crossbow. Nice. All right, let's try this again. Why can't I select? Oh. Neat. So, if we just do this, you can see they are literally the exact same rack. I would have loved to see, you know, just a couple minor variations that could have really made a big difference, but it's hard for me to say like that exact thing would be that genetic, but you know, I get what they're going for. Is that the entire story, or is there more to that? You're saying they're not the exact same rack? They're different. Look on the wall. Look on the wall? What do you mean? Go to your laptop. Yeah, for missions? That I will do. Put them on the wall mounts? How do I do that? Clear. No. The tide is different on the deformed side. It might be a little bit. I'll leave him here for now. That's actually pretty cool though. Are you just starting the story? Yes, I decided to save that for a stream and we're only now getting into it. Have to hold Z to clear? Oh. It's alright, I don't want to take him down for the moment, so... I don't know which... I'll just accept this.
Swamps north of Bear Den Ranch were always full of wild ducks.
Is that a story mission? Yes. Harvest 3 wild ducks, each weighing over 1.76 pounds. So, we could do that 2 different ways. We could take the shotgun or we could not. Wait, do I have to sell them? Probably. Mistakes were made. I feel like the good side should be the one that has the difference. That's what I would like to see, actually. You're in for a trip with the story? Apparently it's longer than I thought. Thought the same thing, so I stared at it. Don't blame you. Okay. We'll get the... do we find out why this gun is named that? I'm hoping we do. What deer rifle do you recommend for In-Way the Hunter? If that's what you're asking, the 7mm Mod 8's a good, cheap choice to begin with. You have enough meat, so shotgun's your best choice? Yeah, that's probably the way I should go. You find out? Cool. Oh, okay. I saw that Kyla was doing a little bit of that mission too. I caught it on the side when I was probably chasing something or recording a video. What draw weight your bow set to? I'm doing 62 pounds this year. I've hurt my shoulder on numerous occasions, and I need to stop doing that. Where? Where are you? Hello? Okay, that sounded a lot closer than 200 yards, but that's fine. Is there a max weight you can carry in Way the Hunter? No. It's just you have a limited, amount of slots you can equip things in. I want to see how big that buck is. Yeah, I could go with the 22. I've been told it's not that great. Ooh, a 4-star mature, huh? Let me take a closer look. I must have been spotting that guy, because it clearly ain't that one. Yeah. So, what we ought to do, before we get too crazy in shooting ducks, he looks pretty brown to me. That's one of the things you want to look for when you find, particularly like a 4-star animal that's mature. You want to have a decent idea of like how old it might be. And that can help you to determine whether or not you want to pass the animal or shoot it, because it could die. To me, that looks, well below like the end of the life cycle. So we should be good. There's no zoom on the binos as a wild feature. Yeah, I mean, they're straight 10 power, but I would like some zoom. Yeah, I say we leave that guy. I think he's got good potential. See what he turns into. So, are there any ducks around here? Not seeing them. In that case, we'll just... I'd like to leave that deer to do his thing. Think they need to add a spotting scope? I think probably they should. The weird thing is, like, I don't think a lot of people who are, just out for a hunt have a spotting scope on them. It depends on where you go. Like, if you're hunting in the mountains, you would, but say if you're hunting whitetail, for instance, it might not make as much sense. Tempted to get a... Good lord. I really didn't think that was that far. I looked over to the chat. Tempted to get a compound bow just to make things a bit easier on myself, but I like the challenge of the recurve. Think of 55 pounds because there's no let off like there is with a compound. That's probably about where I would go. Dead. Yeah, now we get to deal with this double loading screen and the weirdness that is about to happen. Legs broken. Yeah, I wish... There we go. Good. I wish if there was just like a road or something that's not so out of the way at this lodge. I do that all the time. What's your favorite gun in this game? The 308 is pretty darn good. It's hard to go against the 308. If you would have finished the story first, you wouldn't have had to buy all the passes. You get the passes through the story. Yeah, I was made aware of that pretty early on, and I decided I wanted to purchase the passes because I like having to work to earn stuff in games. So that was like a self-imposed challenge. I need more things to buy. That's kind of the other side of that. I don't know. It feels like quickly, credits, cash, coins, whatever you want to call them, they're going to become pretty obsolete. I think you have to do like the missions at those lodges, Drew. Why do you use the metric system in Call of the Wild, but use the Imperial in this game? It's a pretty, like, convoluted answer, but I'll give you my best attempt at answering that. Basically, I started out in the Hunter Classic, which does not have a setting for the units, it's only metric. a bunch of the weights and stuff in Call of the Wild are very similar to Classic, so rather than relearn them all in the Imperial system, I just went ahead and stuck with metric in Call of the Wild, despite the setting for Imperial, which is what I would use, you know, when hunting in real life. My rangefinder is measured in yards and all that good stuff. Because I don't need to memorize any weights or remember any weights and stuff in this game, there's no necessity for me to, you know, stick with metric because it's something that I already know. So I wanted to go with Imperial. The other side is, too, in Call of the Wild, I get, you know, all the time questions, if you're an American, why are you using the metric system? So I went with Imperial here, and this happened, was it Mr. Freeze, I think? I don't know if he's still in here. This happened on Twitch Friday. I got the same question, like, why do you use Imperial? So I guess I just get questions about the unit system regardless. Go for 3 in one shot? Hey, that'd be cool. Alright. How does Way the Hunter compare to Call of the Wild? It's definitely slower paced. You definitely need to be a little more patient in Way the Hunter in order to have success. I would say it's not quite on the same level graphically. Call of the Wild's still like the prettiest hunting game, I guess, maybe to put it in those terms. But the hunting strategy, a lot of the animations, like the realism stuff, in Way the Hunter really almost puts it in a class of its own. For me, like, if it had a realistic scoring system, it would probably become my favorite. Those are the wrong types of ducks. I haven't had a 5-star one of these guys yet, though. So I'm always looking. Is there collateral shot? Wait, what do you mean by that? What's up, pork fries? I wonder if you can kill 2 deer with 1 shot. If you caught the end of my video yesterday, I was able to hit 2 wild boar with 1 shot. The second one, the bullet had too low energy. We can try it again on deer one of these days. I use metric in Call of the Wild because I'm a cultured lad capable of using both in real-world applications. I probably would not be good at using both in real-world applications. The animals are so realistic in Way the Hunter. Waterfowl definitely is a little subpar, but the big game, the models and behaviors, as good as it gets. These guys again. This might make my life a little bit difficult to find the right ones. Noisy duckers, yeah, that needs probably adjusted. Strange how the hunting is slower in Way the Hunter, but still doesn't really get boring. I think it's probably the methods they chose for locating animals, whether it's, you know, you hear the twigs breaking when you spook stuff, or you hear their calm sounds, whether that's vocalizations, or you can get the branches breaking as they're just walking around calm too. You always, you know, have animals near you, but not nearly as often as in Call of the Wild. Are you actually looking at animals, or are you in a position to shoot animals? What do you hunt with in real life? For a gun, I have a Weatherby Vanguard 7mm Mod 8. For a bow, I've got, for this coming season, a Darton Spectra E32. Last year, the current, you know, season of Meat Hunters that's airing on YouTube, I've got a Obsession Nitro HZ, so didn't want to have confusion there. If you're watching that current season, another episode comes out tomorrow, by the way, on this channel. Alright, over 1.76 pounds. Maybe. We're gonna want the males. I feel good about that. I usually miss, you know, the majority of my shots. Let's see. Where'd they go? I have lost all my ducks. 2 here. This guy. 2.3 pounds. Ooh, a young with a solid potential. Next. Got 2.8 pounds, a mature with lower potential. Close to 2 with 1 shot. I honestly didn't even... I know I said I was going to try to do it, and then there were males, and I didn't even think about it. Oof, that's a fat boy at 3.2 pounds, but awful genetic potential. And we got an extra one. 3.1 pound, even worse genetics, though. The yellow marker on small game, such a great feature. Yeah, you could argue, you know, that's not realistic, and I do understand, you know, those that are maybe inclined to try to point out unrealistic things about Way the Hunter, because obviously they go for, the realism side pretty heavily. But there's a balance there between fun and realism, and that's definitely one of the places where it's just best to err on the side of fun. It's annoying to look for a dead duck because you can't find it in the grass. You know what I mean? Like in real life, you'd be able to push down grass and look better. So that's one of those things where it's just best they allow you to... Why can't I use my mouse? Let's see if I can fix that. Anyway, yeah, they allow you to locate them easier with that. I don't know what I miss, Kyla. Tips for a 200 mule deer in Classic? I'd probably go to Timber Gold Trails, to be honest, and hunt in the southwest. Leave it to Flinter to purge those lacking good genes. Hey now, careful where you go with that. Okay, suspicious noises in the area from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. with coordinates. Sure. So I assume I have to rest again? Check the coordinates highlighted on the hunting map from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Okay, that's not too far away. So the one thing that I don't like here is because we're going to be required to rest through a couple days, we're going to have some animals on our map that are naturally aging. And I don't love that. What we could do is 9 a.m. Well, we already reset. Yeah, we should be okay for this one. The next day, though, I may be inclined to go and look for a couple of animals that I've been watching. You have the option to play without hunter sense for that. That's also true. Okay, so go up here with a light, ideally. How long is an in-game year? I think it's 1 day. Like one 24-hour cycle seems to be a year, or at least like it seems to be enough for animals to age, you know, change racks, all that stuff. What 5-star animals have you shot so far? Just the mule deer, duck, and pheasant. The unfortunate thing is that whitetail, I believe, had we let him go, would have become a 5-star, but you know, it was day 1 of early access. I didn't have a darn clue what I was doing at the time. I'm with you, Mr. Freeze. It's kind of that perfect balance. I'd love a little more graphically, but I'm not going to complain. It still looks really, really good. We should be able to change the color of the hunter sense. That's what Kyla's been saying too, and that would be nice. It is free to sleep, yes. If you leave a high potential alive, will there be a higher chance for it to spawn another high potential to take its place, like it had a kid? I think. Now, I don't know if it has anything to do with that particular animal, but what I have noticed, it seems like certain herds and certain areas can have like good or bad genetics. There's the area that Mel pointed out, and I'd highly recommend checking out Mel's channel for stuff like this because she has been finding all the 5-stars and is likely to have way better information than me on such things. But down here in the southeast, this little lake right here, again, Mel showed me that spot. The mule deer genetics down there are nuts. There's a bunch of big ones, and it seems like it's basically everybody's map. So I think some areas are likely to have better genetics. And that's where I'm not sure, like, is it because of the area, or is it because of the animals that are there that the respawns also seem to have good genetics? The RPG DLC, I think that one's low on the list. Shot a super nice mule deer 5-star yesterday. Do you have a submission to have viewers send in their trophies? If not, it would be sweet. We have in the Discord, like, a trophy shot channel where you can post that and people can go and take a look. Maybe in Way of the Hunter it won't be so bad. The problem that I've had with Call of the Wild, like when I've considered doing such things, hacking got so prevalent that even if somebody had like a legit... Someone's screaming help. Okay. That's not creepy at all. Am I supposed to go over there? Anyway, yeah, it would just be tough to do that without problems. Investigate the noise. Spooky? Only a little bit. I'ma just run. One of the coolest missions? Skinwalkers, please no. Don't need that in my life. What the? Okay, first I thought that was blood. Just some elk over there. Is it blood? Oh.
What does it feel like, brother?
Is this some kind of joke? Who the hell are you? Hello?
You don't sound like Noah.
Noah? Who am I talking to? This is pointless.
It's April. April Whaley.
Are you kidding me?
No, why would I?
It's River. River Knox.
Oh my god, you're the last person I would have expected to answer this call.
You gotta explain to me, what are you doing?
It's kind of hard to explain.
You don't say.
Yeah, it's hard to explain recordings of screaming kids.
I was trying to contact Noah.
Makes sense.
It does?
No. Can't you just call him like a normal sibling?
Believe me, I tried. He ignores me, so I'm getting a bit desperate here. I wanted to make him feel guilty. Get some
The music
sort of
sets an odd vibe? Oh, I bet it does.
This time of night. Why, what's happening?
It's hard to talk about.
Can I help you?
No. Yes? Maybe. I'll call you tomorrow. It's late.
Okay.
It's nice to hear your voice again.
Well, that wasn't creepy at all. A great early on tip is all these quests rack up money so fast. Yeah, they don't really tell you that you're making money, but you really do make quite a bit. So now am I gonna have to rest again? Probably. I guess it doesn't matter if you rest within the day though. That should be fine. Two of them. Forgotten book. Whatever this is. Can I do both? Seems so. Find a book about fishing in the lodge. How am I gonna find... Must be in the other room. Rip to your potential 5 stars. I know all this time resetting is freaking me out.
This is gonna be a long ride. Luckily, I always enjoy driving around these parts.
Well, luckily it's not gonna be because... I don't know whose it is. Easy fast travel. Did you bump up the render distance for animals in Call of the Wild? They did it in Classic. Honestly interested in the Angler. Hopefully it's not terrible. I'm hopeful for that game. Don't mind falling through the map here. This is what happens when we get knocked out. Okay, we're going pretty far. Okay, this doesn't normally... This is a little further than usual. Hello? Hello? I'm gonna just let this happen and see. Go prone? I don't think that fixed it. Big deep. So... Is it time to... I think a potential solution is just going to the menu and back, but I don't know. That's it, quitting the game. What do you look like in photo mode? Ah, that would have been a great thing to check. If only I was that smart. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yes, it's, what, 3 a.m. when we're doing that. Dude, I thought it was Subnautica 2, bottom boy, because you can just go down forever in certain areas. I think eventually you just die, but... right. Well, you would die because there's an oxygen thing. Didn't know you could combine hunting and skydiving if you just believe. Place it on the cabin.
What a
In the
cozy
cabin.
Cottage. I can use while no one is here. There's always like this in Esper's Valley.
What a cozy cottage. Okay, so we have the other mission, but how do I activate that? Venison heart, what does that say? I'm gonna not read it because I'm gonna sound stupid. Harvest a male whitetail deer without damaging the heart. Harvest a female whitetail deer without damaging the heart. I'm not great with whitetail, but I think the first step is going to be... Actually, I have an idea. Let's rest. First step there. Thanks, Danny. I honestly don't know if it goes through when you retract the message. I really don't, but either way, appreciate you. I appreciate the thought nonetheless. Okay, we're gonna make it... I have 2 spots we could go, actually. Let's go to, like... Wait, why? There we go. We'll do about 8. Maps in cabin show waypoints? Do they?
You've discovered Nez Perce Valley grassland habitat.
I don't think. At least not like that. Alright. So the first thing we're going to do is just wander around... Where's that at? Here, I think? I've got a herd of whitetail that I always spook when I fast travel here. Is it safe to eat venison raw? I want to say that you probably could because, you know, wild game... It depends on who you ask. But wild game can often be, you know, one of the healthiest things for you. But on the other side, wild game also is not controlled. And you could run into some kind of, you know, not trichinosis in a deer, but something like that. Some kind of worm or something that's in the muscles. What's up, Duck? I'm doing good. How about you? They'll show your in-game map after that cutscene. Oh. Oh, bottom boy. It's safe to eat venison raw. There you go. Okay, so normally what happens here, by the way, is I can't find them and I spook them. So I'm going to be very patient and not spook them this time, hopefully. What's up, Jared? A lot of people eat nilgai heart ceviche. I wonder if heart is more likely to be safe or less likely, because heartworms are a thing. Can you help me with a challenge where I need to get a whitetail heart shot? Where can I do that? Like, where can you aim or whatever? Is that what you're asking me? Or do you mean like a location? I have not found a European hare yet, Camden. I don't know where the heck they are, but I sure haven't seen them. I actually have a lifelong illness from eating not all the way cooked deer. Is that trichinosis or is that something else? Because isn't that lifelong? Location? There's whitetail really all over the map. The diamond drill area is really good. If you've not unlocked that, I find whitetail primarily about south of like this little thing in the main river where those 2 islands are. You get south of there, you start to run into a lot more whitetail. Is that beef carpaccio? Is that how you say that? I wouldn't have known that was raw. Do you know where I might find foxes? A lot of foxes are on that main river as well. So, as per usual, I'm not seeing the deer. They may well be in the trees. Where's your favorite place to hunt on Nez Perce? Honestly, the mountains. As much as I spook things and, you know, don't kill that many animals in, you know, an hour or 2, I just love going up there. It's the coolest looking place. I swear I keep hearing a deer snort at us. Am I losing my mind? No, I'm not. Why did it not? 100 cents. Why? Okay, this one I guess will be with 300. Because I forgot again. Let's get the zeroing correct first. Go crouch. Zoom in. Stand. I'm going to take a doe, ideally. I think that'll be far enough back to not damage the heart. Do I know which one it was? Yes. Where's this map based off? I actually don't know. Have they said? It's Pacific Northwest, but did they choose a particular state or just Pacific Northwest? This game would be so cool with turkeys, especially with how well they have done the sounds. Yeah, they could probably do turkeys well. Nice, James. Will you ever go back to the Hunter Call of the Wild? Don't worry, I'm not abandoning Call of the Wild. In fact, I have 2 videos planned for tomorrow The real-life hunting video, I realized I never turned my music back up. The real-life hunting video from the 2021 archery season, that'll be the normal upload time, 5 p.m. Earlier in the day, probably noon or 1 or something like that, I've got a Call the Wild video going over to Rancho with the little neato kill over there. Nez Perce Valley, I didn't know that was a real place. Well, aren't I just dumb? Have your IRL hunts been coming along? Well, as far as, you know, currently hunting, that's not something that I'm able to do until about 5 more weeks. Getting close. But that was a mature doe. Good deal. The,
Venison heart, escabeche it is.
there you go, escabeche. I'm glad he said it. The videos from the 2021 season are going quite well. I'm happy to see they've been doing well. Everybody seems to be enjoying that. The elk are based off Rocky Mountain elk. I wish they would have just named them that. It seems weird to me that they didn't name them, but, you know, not a big deal. Call the Wild may have been like that. Were they called elk to begin with? I'm telling you, Kylie, it's going to come fast. Is there pressure like in Call the Wild? Yes. It's not visible pressure on the map, but there is indeed an aspect to hunting pressure. If you shoot animals in the same place every time, they're going to move to another spot, at least temporarily. What's being based off the flat meter measurements? I missed it. I'll think about it, Danny. One of the cooking episodes that Mediator did, he did some kind of like, I don't know if it was venison heart. I can't remember, but what's the normal thing where you have beef? Why can't I think of that? The normal way that you have it raw. It made me want to do that. Why can't I think of what that's called? If we get the blade at 9 this season, we should. Dude, that heart's been pumping for a long time in that deer. He's an old lad. You should look for the map on the wall at each cabin to get all the points of interest in the area. I think they're inside the cabins on the wall. Okay. I do kind of like exploring around, but I've maybe done enough exploring now to where that would make sense. And I didn't get the... Yes, Tartar, thank you. I didn't get the right gun again, so we have the 300 for yet another one. Venison heart. We usually just slice it up real thin and fry it with onions, and I love it that way too, but might be fun to try something different. Is there a toggle walk, like an auto walk? Yes. 34 days till my deer hunt. That's, what, September 26th? That's a little earlier than ours would be. Right in that area. Do you think Way the Hunter could be like a revamped version of Classic? In a way, but Classic's mechanics... Yeah, I guess what I would say is like Classic and Way the Hunter, while similar in the fact that they're both realistic, they're very unique. They're the way that you hunt and stuff in the games is so different, which it's funny that it ends up being that both are so realistic, but they are. There's my other herd of whitetail. It is nice having a decent idea of what's going on out here with some herds to do these missions. So, we need a buck. I kind of been wanting to see what that 1-star adult becomes, but it may be time for him to die, because I don't want to kill a young one. I don't know how far that is. Probably close to 200 yards. Well, guess it's your day, big guy. Oh god. Hope that wasn't a hard shot. That was no guy hard? Okay. I don't know why I was unsure about that. Only 26 days till New York bear season. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I've not tried multiplayer. I've seen screenshots and it kind of scared me away. I want to wait until some of that stuff gets looked at. What rifle is that? That was the 300. Little overpowered for what we're doing, but gets the job done. 19 days so I can shoot some teal. I wonder when PA's duck season is. I should look into that. Yeah, for certain species it seems to be, Dylan. I don't think it's all species, but some seem to have that potential. That's got to be a really, really good genetic deer, or moose, I should say. Alright, lad. What happened here? No heart damage. Cool. Wonder what, I guess it was the artery hit that made him drop instantly, or the heart artery damage, really. Must have been. And his genetics were really no good. He is kind of uneven, so I guess that makes sense. Alright, well that's done. How's your day going so far? It's going pretty good, man. Been working on getting different things done. I've got to record a video for tomorrow, so we're gonna have 2 videos again on a day where we have the real life hunting content, so I think that'll be good. I'm glad you said that. Is it Vexian? I don't know if I haven't said your name yet today, but I'm glad you said that because it reminded me I need to finally drop this shotgun again. Okay, and just watch, the next mission's gonna be for birds. Why are you trying to not hit the heart? That particular mission, you needed to not damage the heart for like you're like harvesting meat for a restaurant,
River,
basically.
I'm sending you another package with a comic book. The story takes place 6 years later. It was a very hard year for me, but your company kept me sane. Maybe that's why I agreed so quickly when you were interested in hunting. But I don't regret any single day we spent together out there. I hope you're getting in touch with other landowners in the valley. Some may be overbearing, but they're all good people. Your loving Grandpa.
Good timing on that, Zach. Thank you for the super chat. Imagine having pre-release access and haven't even completed the story yet. Hey, I'm trying to avoid spoilers out here, man. So, everybody sit back. Time for comic number 2.
Some summers also brought sadness. Time heals all wounds, and time goes faster if it's spent with good friends.
I am bored.
Do you have a better idea what we should do?
River, why does your grandfather have a door to the basement in his office?
No idea. He says it's just full of boxes, but he won't open it.
Mysterious locked basement door. Why don't we try and open it?
I've tried. Many times. No luck.
I like the art style of
Boredom is a natural predator of secrets.
Yeah, but you didn't have us.
What do you think is really down there?
Maybe
Oh, I got you, TJ
a
Riddle.
hidden man cave with a pool table?
Maybe my grandfather is a nerd and it's a secret D&D lair.
Or his serial killer lair.
Ah! What are you doing here?
Solving the mystery of the locked basement.
This one will have to stay a mystery.
When will you take me hunting?
Never. Your father strictly forbade it.
Please. Come on, please. He'll never know.
But you'll have to promise me something first.
That didn't take much
You
convincing.
will forever take pride in being an ethical hunter. You'll never stoop to breaking the rules of ethical hunting.
Good
An
man.
ethical hunter knows and obeys the laws, understands that it is not just about what is legal, but also what is honorable and moral. Defines unfair advantage as when the game does not have a reasonable chance of escape, makes full use of the hunted animal, cares about and respects all wildlife, measures success not in the quantity of game taken, but by the quality of the chase, knows their limitations and stretches the stalk, not the shot, takes pride in the decisions they make in the field, and takes full responsibility for their actions.
I want to touch back
Only
on that bottom boy.
unethical hunters say it's hard being ethical when nobody's watching. And that's how it started.
Cool, that one's a little shorter. That is a good point. Sometimes what's ethical is not legal. As in, if you shoot a deer and make a poor hit with a bow, or there's actually 2 ways this can go. You ethically probably should dispatch it with a gun, shoot in the head, but not allowed to use a gun in bow season, so there can be that. Or the other thing is, if you shoot one on the last night of the season, can't recover it, come back the next morning, and it's still alive, you have to dispatch it, obviously, ethically, morally, but it's not legal to do so, so it can get a little interesting.
Sorry for the weird welcome.
Could have been worse.
Can I?
Okay.
I can't go to photo mode,
It
darn.
was pretty bad. Can you explain to me what it was all about?
I need to knock some sense into Noah.
By scaring him shitless?
Whoa.
And
This is
that would
PG
help
guy.
in what way?
Make him understand what it feels like to be scared like that.
Turn this music down?
It's better if you see it for yourself.
My music?
I'll send you the coordinates. Be careful where you step in this area. And please disable traps and call me afterward near your lodge. The signal is weak.
What traps?
Disable 5 traps. How do I know where they are? Oh boy. Up there? I guess. Taking the Jeep. Gonna give band game music. How do I turn down the game music? I thought... Because I have the music already all the way down. Unless it's... that? Actually, I probably need that down anyway. That probably helps with the gunshots. Okay, anyway. I need a Jeep. Oh, you're speaking French? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I'm sure he wanted to say excuses French, right? How do I got lost in my own lodge again. We're gonna skip that for now. Wait, which one's the story mission? I should look. Story. Stable 5 traps. Okay. Car. Gotta get the camo one. Stream music. You're a stream music. River needs to learn some manners. Doesn't he know what's going on around here? The vehicles are so loud. Yeah, they need some balancing for sure. So does the sound effect turn that down? No. I was hopeful because it would make it a lot easier to talk to you guys when we don't have a roaring vehicle. Dude, I have no idea, Bonamore. Did you see the thing? Apparently Dana White almost had him and Gronk recruited to the Raiders? Like, how many teams did he almost go to? Does rain wash away blood? Not as far as I can tell. I don't know why Kimpachi, like, I know that at every other place. I don't know if I said your name right, by the way, I hope so. But for whatever reason, I never do it at the main lodge. Weird mental block, I guess. Brady don't need no preseason. He just needs to decide what team he's playing for. First person's quieter? How do you... Oh my god, I didn't know there was a first person. That ain't bad. This is gonna cost me to hit animals though. 100%. I won't see something coming. Ooh, okay. Apparently yeah, Kyla. Don't know how I never tried that, but it is much nicer. Sound-wise. Magic Mind Power Jeep. According to Rappaport on the Pat McAfee show, the Chargers made an offer. I didn't know about the Titans. I did hear about the Chargers, though. Where's the steering wheel? It's down there. River must be a very tall guy. What am I actually doing? Disabling traps? I shouldn't need to worry about spooking stuff. Is it weird that this makes me casually motion sick? Imagine getting spooked by a bear in the Jeep so you just run it over? I mean, if something ran right out in front of me in first person, I'd probably have to hit it just to see what happens. The camera is planted in your hat? Oh, that's true. Which is weird, but true. If anybody says bloody is a swear word, I think it's a replacement for one. Do they have ultra widescreen support yet? I don't think so. Okay, this April girl who put 5 traps within 80 yards for whoever that is. Spread them out a little bit, maybe next time. You can claim it for no money? Yeah, I don't know if it's like a... I assume it would trigger a respawn anyway, but... I hope that... I would like to think they know what they're doing by allowing a vehicle to hit an animal. So maybe the respawn's likely to be poor. April didn't do it. Oh, Noah did. Who did Noah set traps for? I may find out. Back to the lodge we go. Holy Mel.
Did you find the traps?
I collected them all. Has he lost his mind?
I can't go in there.
So, were they empty?
I mean, yeah, thankfully. Why does he use these kinds of traps?
He doesn't care about the animals suffering.
Oh, I thought she was trying to trap him.
Do you remember the last time you were here?
Yeah.
It's not something that you could easily forget. That might change something for all three of us.
What if I report Noah to the authorities? This is illegal and highly unethical.
Please don't. I'm trying to help him.
What about the animals?
We're helping them too.
Can we meet and talk?
I would love to, River, but now's not the time. I need to get in touch with someone over the walkie-talkie, and they're not responding. Can you check one area?
And did you use the right code?
What?
You know, like Bond. The eagle has landed. I repeat, eagle has landed.
Is that better, Kyla?
Mississippi River is strikingly beautiful in April.
And April is a terrible month to swim in the river.
Field trip has ended.
And the daisies are especially ecstatic.
Okay, we have to stop. I have a real issue that needs tending to.
Ah, you mean the monkey is outside of the cage?
Yeah.
What is happening?
There are no bananas. But now for real, would you help me find Noah's son?
What? Noah has a son? Ah, or is this another code?
No code. He has an 8-year-old boy named Timothy, and he's quite the handful. He's here for a week. Noah won't talk to me, and now I'm worried.
Wait, is he by chance the kid who was screaming from the walkie-talkie?
Yeah, he was pretty eager to do it once I told him I want to scare his dad. He's a great kid. Can you help me find him?
Sure.
Thank you. I am sending you an approximate location where I think you might be.
Okay, finally. Investigate the area highlighted all the way up there, huh? Well, good thing I had to go back. Did I have to go back to the lodge? Maybe I didn't. That's right. Cringe. Yikes. So cringe. Where's the sign? There it is. Look, I did it. Hi, Shadow. Nice of you to join. What's your favorite? 12. Does that answer the question? What kind of PC do you have? It is a Skytech Gaming. It's actually an Amazon pre-built, which I know sounds like, well, what are you doing? But they're quite good. I like them. If Nightbot would cooperate, Kyla, there we go. We'll get a link in chat. You can hit animals with the car. Yes. I don't know how I feel about that, just because I'm worried that people may use that as like a respawn grinding tactic, but hopefully there's, you know, something in place to prevent that from getting out of control. The magical teleporting Jeep. You have to go back to the log every time you talk to April? Go back to the log? Like the cabin? Or what do you mean the log? That paint job? Hey, it's camo. I like it. Nightbot needs a raise. When Yukon came out and the hype was just nuts, everybody wanted to know how much the 300 was going to cost. And somebody made like a little drawing of Nightbot like sweating trying to say the 300 will cost 75,000 or something. It was great. I don't know if it's probably still in the Discord somewhere, but I don't know. Are you wearing your mod shirt, Kyla? Interesting question. If you see a 4-star, you're trying to get to a 5-star, and switch maps and change times. I wonder if that works towards growth. I don't think so, because I hunted Nez Perce Valley and Transylvania in the same day, and the times were separate on the two maps, so I'm assuming they're completely different things. What are the chances we get a train as the new vehicle? Well, there is train tracks. I mean, it could happen. Yeah, we spooked something. I think there's meese around here, actually. Takes forever to find animals in this game. It depends. If you're in the right area, you can find animals pretty consistently. There's a lot of right place, right time, and there's a lot of getting used to stuff. Eventually, though, it gets to the point where you can pretty reliably run into animals every 10 minutes. Although, to be honest, maybe 10 minutes is forever for your definition, and fair enough at that point. How do you...
Nice mod shirt. Oh, did Shadow eat it?
I don't know.
Huh.
I'm sad.
Anyway, how do you put... Are you asking how to put it in first person? It's C on PC anyway. I don't know what button it would be on console. I don't think the Jeeps explode in this game. I've had mine smoking, so maybe. Search the hunting stand. What hunting stand? Oh. Is this always here? Because I have been right through here. The walk insensibility is cracked, by the way, probably the best perk in the game. Oh yeah. Highly recommend. I put that in my guide talking about that one. Hello?
Ah! You can't come inside! Stranger danger! Stranger danger!
Hey, I'm no stranger. I'm a friend of your dad and you're on April.
Open the door.
Prove it.
We painted the fortress when we were young. I signed my name on the wall next to your dad's. My name's River Knox.
So what? Tell my dad that I'm not coming back.
Okay, sure. I just wanted to check to make sure you're safe.
Hey, wait.
Yes?
Can you stay here a little longer? I already read all the comic books in here.
Why don't you go back to your father?
No.
He's not in there? That's what I was looking too.
Can't.
A bear might come and eat you.
That's stupid. Bears are more afraid of you than you are of them. It's more likely that you're gonna get struck by lightning.
River knocks on the door. I see what you did there.
I forgot he's the son of a hunter. Why do you refuse to leave the stand?
I'm protesting hunting. I don't want fluffy foxes to die, and I think bears should eat honey and meat. I'm a vegan, you know?
There's a lot to unpack here.
Can I turn this up? I don't like how quiet it is. We'll just go all the way.
You laughing at me?
No. Being vegan is great for this planet. But so is hunting.
Planet? I just want to pet deer. And hug them.
I don't think you should do that either. So, vegan, huh?
Chicken nugget. Don't laugh. My dad says it's not real meat anyway.
He's probably
Where's
right.
your mom?
Probably in heaven. With the fluffy foxes my dad hunts.
Oh,
Yeah, I bet she was great. The best. My dad told me about his friend River, and his mother also died when he was born, but he grew up to be a badass stunt double. Is that you?
I think so. So Noah talks about me. What else did he say?
I'll get to that in a second,
a lot
Danny.
about you and summers you spent together with Auntie April. He made me this scavenger map with riddles to find some treasures like you used to do. But I know it's just part of the sneaky plan to get me to come out of here.
Can I see the map?
I'll give you the map if you make me a promise.
Okay, I promise.
Solve all the riddles and come tell me what you found.
Your dad wouldn't be happy about that. I think the riddles are meant for you.
You promise.
Okay. Okay, I will.
Do I have to go solve riddles?
This riddle is in the chest below the tree. And one more thing. If you see Cinnamon Sky, don't shoot her, or I will hate you forever.
Cinnamon Sky?
It's my friend. Red fox with black stripes. Can you take a picture of her for me? I want to know how she's doing.
Huh. That sounds like a very rare melanistic fox. Are you sure it wasn't mud?
Yes, I'm sure. I've seen her 100 times.
Okay. We'll find her. See you later, Timothy.
So I gotta go to the front porch? Are you in there? Oh, I can't even... Oh, I can do it. Oh, look at that. Imagine if he was hanging from the rafters. How creepy would that be? Anyway. Solving riddles? Apparently. Jump off the stand, I tried. So anyway, Danny super chat there. Here's child. Flinter's brain. Better get the gun. Hey, listen. There's ways to remove a person from a locked thing.
Weeping with ashy tears. We were overcome with our worst fears.
Nice poem.
When he arrived, we were praying for River because everything he touched started to wither.
Am I supposed to figure out what that means? Back we go. I gotta go inside.
There?
Oh, there we go.
Listening?
Timothy's safe. He's hiding out in our old fortress.
Oh, thank you so much. I was getting worried.
You have a lot to thank me for.
Listen, the only way I can reach you is by a walkie-talkie. I have to handle the disease situation with a little help of science.
Wait, what do you do for a living? Are you a biological researcher?
Oh, no, I'm a vet, but I have friends who test in laboratories.
A vet? Wow, I had no idea.
Well, you wouldn't.
It's not currently possible to change the keys, no.
I know everything about your stunt double career from your grandfather.
Yeah, he's quite the fan. And, I'm sorry, April. After I left the valley, my father was strict about cutting contact with everyone.
Great excuse. It doesn't matter now. We have more important issues at our hands. I need you to take water samples from various drinking sources. Could you do that for me?
Sure. Anything to help my grandfather's business.
Thank you. Contact me from the lodge again when you are done. I will have further requests.
Do you think this is too much sim and time spent versus kills? It seems grindy versus Call of the Wild. I think for certain people it will be, and for certain people it'll be a pretty perfect balance. From drinking zones. Well, that's interesting. Well, do I have one right here? Let's start there. April do be bossy? Yikes. Anyway, yeah, key bindings are apparently coming in hot with the next patch, according to what they had in the roadmap. What? Hey, that's a dangerous game you're playing now, Danny. What's up, Logan? What about the FOV slider? I think that was supposed to be in the next patch, or was that one lower down? I can't remember. Hey Flinter, thanks for the beginner vids. I got the game a week ago and now have made tons of progress. That's awesome, man. Glad they've been helpful for you. Oh, hello. Well, considering we haven't done a darn thing in terms of hunting lately, we might try to smoke one of them. So I think, again, this is the herd that I've been watching for a while, and there's a couple deer in there that I think maybe have some potential. So I want to at least be selective about what we take here, but we got to kill something. Does THQ Nordic actively distribute Call of the Wild? I thought they used to. Got my first ever diamond on Rancho the other day. Nice, man. Make sure you have the right gun. I'm pretty sure I do. Finally did switch. Thanks for getting started. Thanks for this getting started vid. I got the game when it came out, and it's worth the money totally. Oh, I 100% agree. It's really, really well done. 1-star mature. Honestly, we could just take that and call it good. Because there are in here... That's another 1-star mature. I thought there were a couple 2-stars, though. I can't get them to spot, but those back ones are a little bit better. That guy's very broadside. My only worry is that doe behind him may end up getting hit with some, like, pass-through. Actually, she's walking away, though. So, we'll just send that. Should have been a lung hit. Looks like it will be. Hey, we'll just kind of get over here so we can hopefully watch where he goes down. Do you like pancakes? I do. I have... So, at some point, I don't know when, it was over a year ago that I kind of discovered it, but apparently I've got some kind of sensitivity to gluten, so I have to be a gluten-free lab. But I've made, just with like the Walmart gluten-free pancake mix, I've made the pancakes before and they're quite good. How do you zero your scope into the exact distance? You can just go in like, what is it? 50 or 100 meter increments? I don't know what it translates to yards. 110-ish yard increments. I think it's just with the up and down arrows, but for me, I used my side buttons on the mouse, so I can just do it with my right hand and still be able to move around with the left hand. He is a pancake? What are you saying? I feel like some of the models in this game are better than Call of the Wild. I find the Bighorn in Call of the Wild look kind of derpy, honestly, but they seem to look good in this game. I would generally agree with that. And how did you get across there if I can't? I think he went this way. He did. Echoes before going hunting? Honestly, that's a good move. Doesn't take long at all to make. Cool. So, 57%, one that needed taken out for sure. And where were we actually going? There's a zone right there. It has longer legs than you? Probably. I was playing Call of the Wild last week, found a level 9 Eurasian lynx, fought it for an hour, got him eventually, claimed him hoping for a diamond, and it was 0.02 below diamond. That is rather unfortunate. Trolls that are that close just hurt. French toast is the best. I'll give you that one, bottom boy. Alright, zone. I guess I just analyzed, and it works. So, I'm trying to make this semi-quick anyway. I have moose string stones. I think I have a couple of those. One there. And only one of those is showing. I'm trying to find a place where I've got multiple... Look how much money we have now, by the way. You know what may work? Not mountain goat. I think it's... One of these lakes I have a ton of zones. All drinking. I think it actually is this one. So let's just go down there. I think we can maybe get most of it done that way. I want to say, assuming they were the same thing, David, I want to say we used to get the same frozen ones as kids. How do the genetics work? There's still a lot that's kind of unknown with them, but basically the genetics or the genetic potential is the percentage that you see when you harvest an animal, and it seems to me that anything around 90% or higher has a chance of becoming a 5-star. I don't think it's a guarantee, but they at least have a chance to do it. It seems like maybe above 95%, all those will reach 5 stars at some point in their lifespan. I also think, at least with some animals, they can reach their peak, maybe being 5 stars, and then get past their peak as they're a mature animal still, and end up going down in stars. I think that's the reason you'll see a lot of 1-star mature animals around your map, like kind of like past their prime kind of stuff. Is this the correct road? Nope. 12 out of 12 moves here. Does this... Hey, there's some milk. Do we have working mirrors? Kinda. Not really. Is this game worth buying? 100%. It's easily top 3 hunting games out there right now. And remember, it just got released. So there's a lot that can be done to it to make it even better. By the way, I'm mostly doing first person for the noise. So hopefully the driving's not too bad. The Jeep is 2-wheel drive? Is that so? I hadn't noticed that. Okay. This road. Yes. How to get the hunting towers to show up on the map? You just have to get within like a couple meters of them. You don't have to actually climb in them, but you gotta get, say, within 5 yards or meters. This or Call of the Wild? Depends on the day for me, to be honest, but like, in terms of real-life hunting simulation, this game does a better job of it. Just came back from school and shot a melanistic moose that was a diamond. Dude, nice! Good way to start your afternoon. The spook range in this game is horrible. It's a little odd. I don't know if Zach's still in here. He might be able to explain it better than I have because I haven't tried it yet. But apparently on the hunter difficulty, which you would think is more difficult, at least the way that they kind of make it look, animals don't spook as easily, so that may be the way to go. Hot take, I have better hunting success in Way the Hunter than Call the Wild. Probably depends on your approach, but can see that. What kind of rifle do you use for deer season? So I assume we're talking about real life now. I've got a Weatherby Vanguard 7mm Mod 8, and I don't have any intentions of changing that anytime in the next, maybe forever. Both Kyla and I got to kill a deer with that gun last year. Both dropped in the tracks. It was just a really good, well, a really good first two actual shots at deer with that gun. I got it in March of 2020, so that was its second deer season, and finally got to use it, and it performed well. Thoughts on seasons? That would be a really neat thing. Now, the problem is, you know, for deer hunting, let's say, you really only would hunt them in like late fall and winter, or I guess say fall and early winter is probably the correct way to say that. So that could be kind of problematic unless they just hunt you or let you hunt year round. And then you could have velvet antlers and stuff, but I don't know how you balance that out because you know, most places you don't hunt deer in the fall. Or sorry, you don't hunt deer in the summer. Don't mind me. I see way more hunters in Way the Hunter than being a beginner in Call of the Wild. Honestly, that probably makes sense. Because you naturally want to go to like fields and stuff at first in Call of the Wild when you don't know that like lakes are just, you know, loaded with animals. Amazing deer round inside 350 yards, that's definitely been my experience. Status on archery being added, I believe it's in the plans, but I don't know if there's like a status necessarily yet. Okay. Let's just kind of run it from here because, for one, we could probably get a drink zone or two here, and we may also be lucky enough to find some stuff. Wolves down there, in fact. I didn't know what those were at first. Farthest shot yet? I haven't shot that far. My problem always is this. I get to, you know, I find animals, and then I'm like, well, I don't know how big they are, so I gotta get in and spot them. I think 500 yards we did on stream. That's about as far as I've shot. 1-star youngin', mature female. See, these are kind of stacked together too. That 2-star adult could be interesting. Ah, God. 1-star young again, I think. Having a hard time getting things to work here. A 3-star mature. Do we just blast that? I think we will. That any animal, as far as I can tell, if you get a 3-star mature, there's a chance that one could end up being a 5-star one day, but there's also a chance that it won't be. So, in this instance, we'll at least try to get it. Gotta find a gap between the trees. Look good to me. I'm assuming he's just gonna drop because he ain't going anywhere quick. None of them really are. Yep, there we go. Cool. My uncle shot, I think, 4 deer last fall with a Remington 770 in 7mm Mod 8. The one buck only went maybe 5 yards with a massive blood trail. Yet, they're impressive calibers, dude. My dad, I was talking to my dad yesterday. Was that yesterday? Or Saturday? I don't know what day it was. Anyway, I called it a 7mm Mod 8, and he tried to correct me and say it's 08. I'm curious how everybody says it. I think it's the same as like a 30-06. The aught is just a way to say 0 or 0. What bow sight do you hunt with in real life? I'm not too picky on bow sights. I usually just get a Trophy Ridge 5-pin and call it good. Whatever they happen to have available. As long as it's a metal housing, that's all I care about. Ooh, mistakes might have been made there. 87% is so close to 90 that there's a chance that may have been a 5-star one day, but it may have never quite had the odds of getting there. Both ways are correct. Fair enough. Drink zones. What do we got? There's one. Drinking often for whitetail. I don't know that I... Let's see. Nope. Oh no, I do have a rest zone for those whitetails. I must have at least had a chance to encounter them before. So then what we'll do is head around, because there may be other species that drink here as well. Also still whitetail. What does the hunt rating mean? I think that's just determining, like, if you're using the proper caliber for the animal, basically. Did we see the roadmap? Yeah, on Friday's stream, it actually came out in the middle of the stream. They posted it in their Discord. Mountain goat drinking, cool. But we read it all through on the stream, and I'm pretty excited about what they have listed. Got 2 5 stars yesterday. Nice, man. I'll tell you what, I have not had a ton of luck with the 5 stars. When is Flinter Spot going to be a video? 1 month. We're getting so close. A month. This week, anyway. I guess it's like a month and 3 days or something. Or actually, is it... Might have been a month this past Friday. It might be less than a month. I forget. Math is difficult. So I guess I did the thing. Call April within signal range. So, all that, just to go back. You would be correct, Acid. I'm actually impressed it was storming and stuff, and I probably shouldn't say this, but the internet's held up well. No problems.
Hit me up with the next request.
Okay, yes, wait. Quiet, Webster.
Hey, this is just what happens when I stream.
Everything okay?
Yes, I just have here one very spoiled dog for observation, and he reacts to your voice every time.
Sounds about right.
Really? What's his name?
When does that
Pupster?
video come out?
Yes.
What?
The bug video.
What's the date?
Pupster? Hi there.
Let me see.
Who's a good boy?
I'm about to make it.
Please, stop it. Now I have to calm him down.
September
Thanks
23rd.
for that. While talking about excited dogs, I will need samples from the animal's eating zone for testing.
Are you just making this up to punish me for getting Pupster excited?
No, I'm not.
Okay then, you can
That's
expect
ironic.
the most gourmet samples from the area.
I'm not going to be the one eating them, but thanks.
It was pretty nuts, Bottom Boy. Did you post anything about the log on your story that he's talking about?
No, I'll send it in the group chat.
Okay, I'll tell that story as we run around and get some of these feed zones. There's probably better areas to go, honestly. Let's, I'm gonna go... The feed zones around here? Yeah, let's go to this campsite and go from there. So anyway... Yeah, lots of rain last night to the point of... Hi. What is that guy? That guy's not bad. Didn't take me long to get distracted, did it? These are some nice elk. 3-star mature. 3-star mature. What are you? 3-star mature. 2-star mature. And 3-star mature. Okay, so... I don't know how I'm going to get... I'm worried about hitting the fence. They're probably feeding right there. I could probably get their zone. Is it that guy? Yeah. Let's see. Can we get a shot through here? Not zeroed for that far, we can't. I was a little worried we were going to smoke that cow in the face, but looks like we did alright. Why? Okay, that was odd. What was I saying? Yeah, right. So, we got a ton of rain last night, and the creek was ridiculously high. It's normally like, what, 8 feet below the bridge? It was probably 2 feet? 6 feet below the bridge. It might be 8. It's usually a lot below the bridge. It was only like 2 feet below the bridge by the highest point. And there was this huge log that came down the creek, and I was worried that it was going to wash down and hit the rock wall that holds up the bridge and just destroy a bunch of stuff. So I went walking out there in swimming trunks, like right before dark, and went to like this log, and I finally got it, and of course as soon as I did, I was in water like up to my neck. So I was like swimming along, hanging on to the log, it wedged itself back in there. I went back inside, and at some point, apparently, it washed down the creek and didn't ruin anything. Bad pick? What?
Look what he said.
Wait, where is he? On the fence about it? Listen. This is my job to make bad jokes, and I will not stand for this.
I don't want to stand for it either because I don't want to see it.
Well done. 74%. I like that. Considering this guy's a 2-star mature, 74% on one that we consider a call bull, pretty decent odds. Those elk in that herd in general are going to have high fitness, so we may have something there with that herd. I'd like to find a zone from them if we can. They were somewhere... Where's the campsite? They were somewhere right up here. I'll just walk around with the 100 cents on for a minute. See if anything lights up. Speaking of creeks, the creeks in Way the Hunter are making me so excited to play the angler. Just the idea of open world hiking and fishing is getting me hyped up. I don't blame you. It's pretty cool to see the moving water and stuff. There's some parts where the two different types of moving water don't blend together very well. Maybe that'll be fixed, but I like it. Saw TK say on Twitter he's playing the angler this weekend. Nice. I don't see any zone. This is where I run into trouble. I find cool stuff, and then I can't find a zone for them, and then I never remember where they were. Like, I have no elk zones around here at all. Where was the deer zone? Down there. Well, we'll just wander that way again with the 100 cents on, and maybe we'll accidentally stumble into an elk zone too. Fishing Planet will still be better than what? Take a screenshot of where you are on the time? True. I could do that. My problem is, I'm going to be like, why'd I take that screenshot? Because I can never remember anything like that. I'm so bad at it. Do you have early access to Fishing Planet? Yes, we will be doing some early access content. Never thought of an open world fishing game. I'm going to be intrigued to see how they pull it off. Oh, that's a bummer, Clark. I've had some weird stuff with that. I never know if the bullet's going through the animal or if it's catching on vegetation that I don't see. This is a rest zone, I think. Zach, thank you for the super chat. Just unlocked last level for colors. Nice, man. I gotta get on that. Every time I find elk or whatever, I end up finding one that I want to shoot that's too high fitness and I can't call them in. Same with red deer or with whitetail and mule deer. I just don't want to kill a doe. I gotta just suck it up and get it done. Okay, elk or deer feed zone down here? I think probably deer. How much longer are we streaming for? Literally 3 minutes. We're gonna get whatever feed zones we can here and then wrap up. Whitetail deer. Okay, so that's that. Don't have a badger feed zone. There's another whitetail feed zone right down there, though. So we might as well go get that. No, you have to sell animals that you called in to level up the collars.
Do you?
What?
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
I was wondering how it worked. I really have no idea.
Play big buck hunter? I mean, hey, I'd like to. A fox, you say? And some deers. Encyclopedia says to follow animals' walking path to find their need zones. That does seem to be pretty effective. I've got enough need zones unlocked that it's just going to be quicker right now to run from zone to zone. Or are you saying to find the elk? Because that might have been something I should have done. No agitation, 80 yards, perfect shot. Bullet just didn't hit, even though it 100% should have been double lung. Huh. There's been... I've definitely experienced some weirdness where I'm never sure, like, why it happened, but is a thing. Okay, I got a red fox feed zone done there, too. Where is the whitetail one? Hello there. Right over there, it looks like. So probably we'll get this done, but I'm not... If I end up going back to the lodge off stream, then we won't get to see the next mission, but it's not the hugest deal in the world. Pheasants have zones too. Does this count? Ah, good deal. Okay, we'll go back and listen to whatever April has to say. I'm not planning on doing missions off stream. We'll probably do these again Friday or next Monday. But we'll listen to this and wrap up.
Did the results come back?
Yes, and nothing was outside of the norm. We're on the right track. But we need more if we want to stop the rumors. Biological analysis of the actual flesh to check for any kind of anomalies.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm no madam. And you're older than me.
It just feels like you're my superior.
I think it was the
I'm
water
sorry.
test, Danny.
I just need this to end, quickly. The rumor got way out of hand. But I feel less helpless with you here.
At your service. How's Pupster?
Don't even ask. I let him out of his kennel yesterday to get some energy out, and he went right for my walkie-talkie.
This sounds like
Finally,
our
your
Pupster.
voice disappeared. Now my walkie-talkie is slightly chewed up.
Also sounds like our
Hey,
Pupster.
At least it's working.
After you get the samples, it will take a while to get the results, but I will keep you in the loop.
Meat is the answer. So if I do that, does that turn the missions off? Like, I don't want to be able to progress. Deactivate. Okay, so next time we get the opportunity, be it Friday or next Monday, we'll continue with the missions and see where we can go from there. But we have 20,000 credits. I'm kind of thinking, and I don't know when it'll be, I'm going to try to earn our way into this area instead of buying it, because I know there's a cool mission animal up there. So that'll be a little bit in the plans. But there's obviously so much going on between the games that we have already, the Angler's coming soon. I don't know when that video is going to happen, but we shall see. Before you go, what do you use to watch NFL games? I actually watch NFL games on YouTube TV. It's a relatively inexpensive way to at least catch all the local games, and I think NFL Network or whatever comes free with it. It's a good deal. It's like $60 a month, I think. Good bit cheaper than satellite. Anyway, as always, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support, and I will see you in tomorrow's videos. Got two coming. We've got a Call of the Wild video early in the day and a real-life hunting video at the normal release time. It's the last episode of Archery Season, probably the most bucks that we had on camera between myself, Kyle, and my brother for the entire season. So, hope you guys enjoy that. Bye!